Hey gang, what is going on? My name is S1. I'm a writer from Montreal, Canada, and today I'm doing something very special. Since it's too cold and snowy outside, I'm doing canvas inside. That's nothing new, but I'm doing a special canvas today. I'm going to be doing a canvas with my daughter Abigail. She's 7 years old. She rocks. She got me some acrylic paints for Christmas. I'm going to use these paints to make her canvas today. So, Abigail, do you want to say hi?
Hi, my name is Bear. I'll see you at the end of the video. Thank you, and I'll see you at the end again. Thank you, bye.
Wow, what a trooper. All right, so here's what we got. We have some Artist Series hot pink, hot purple, hot blue. We have some Liquitex Basic white and Liquitex Basic gold.
I chose the colors because I really like those 5 colors.
Amazing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of paint in here. I'm going to mix it with some Flood Pleotrol. And this is going to make that thick acrylic paint a lot more manageable so I can pour it onto the canvas.
And what does that mean?
When I pour the paint onto the canvas, if it's not liquid enough, it will just stay in place and that'll be it. We really want the paint to be able to move and create a design on the surface of the canvas. So here we go with the pink.
Pink is my second favorite color because it's very bright and iconic.
And what?
Iconic.
Iconic? Whoa.
Did you know that?
I did. Let's mix this up here. We got some pink.
Yep.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it in until it gets to be the same color as before. Pleotrol is actually a latex additive that you would use if you want to make your paint for your walls in your house more liquid and less sticky. I'm using this here because it doesn't alter the color of the paint. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sift the paint using my trusty sifter. And that's going to take away every single chunk that might be left over in the paint or anything else that might have accumulated in there. There we go.
It looks like bubblegum juice.
Kinda. All right, so if you look into this here, you can see, depending on the quality of paint, this is the amount of chunks that are left over from the sifting. Better quality, less chunk. Lesser quality, more chunks. All right, so now let's take care of the purple one.
Purple is another iconic color for me because it is bright like pink. It's the same thing for all of them.
Abigail, what's your favorite color?
Gold and silver, but today we're not using any silver because with the white we won't see it very well.
Good job. All right, now that we're done mixing the paint, we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna pour this onto the canvas. So stick with us, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Boom. All right, so here we are. We have our canvas. We put our push pins on this to make sure the canvas itself is not touching the tablecloth so it won't stick to it. Now, the one thing that's super important to make sure that this is level so that the paint doesn't just leak everywhere, right? And we're a bit off center. We need to rise up a bit over here. Same this way. So we need to raise up this corner. All right, that's better. And we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to pour all these colors into my cup. I'm going to put a base coat over here. I'm going to put the cup like this. I'm going to flip the canvas and I'm going to pop the cup off. This is called the flip cup technique. I've never done it before. It usually turns out pretty cool. Let's see it. I'm gonna add some of my base coat first.
I hope it does.
Yeah. I'm pouring it on the side so the paint doesn't just mix itself with the others. And it kind of sits. All right, we have our mix. Let's put this on and flip it. I did a really big mistake. I put my pouring color on first. Now I can't flip my cup. I'm gonna flip the paint. So let's see if I can do this in one quick shot. Wish me luck.
A lot of luck.
All right, so I did a splatter. There's still a lot of paint in here. I'm going to put some white around.
It really looks pretty.
All right, so here's the moment of truth.
Wow, it looks like rain falling from paint.
Mm-hmm.
Cup.
Like paint rain?
Yeah, paint rain.
All right, so now that we have this here looking good, I'm going to tilt the canvas so I can spread the paint everywhere around. Oh, it looks like a cool rainbow from here though.
It does.
Abigail the bear, do you want to come here and take a look?
Wow, it's very pretty. I really like it.
Oh wow, thank you, Mrs. Bear. All right, so now that we've poured this paint on here, it created a lot of air bubbles because of the density of the paint and because of the process. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use this blowtorch. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to swipe it over the canvas and get rid of those air bubbles.
Let's bring fire.
And there we go. That's how it's done. So the canvas is ready now. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to let it dry for about a week, and then we can start the spray paint process. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And today's piece is a really special one. Not just because of how it turned out, but because of how it was made. I created this canvas with my 7-year-old daughter, Abby, using acrylic paint she picked out herself for Christmas. She doesn't appear on camera. She's still too young. But she was there the whole time, commenting, choosing colors, reacting to every step, and honestly, it made this process way more fun and meaningful. So in this video, I'll walk you through the entire process, from acrylic pouring to designing graffiti digitally, to spray painting outside in the snow, and finally bringing it all together with markers and details. We poured everything directly onto the canvas and let the paint flow naturally. No overthinking it, just letting the colors do their thing. Once it was done, we set it aside and let it dry completely for 5 full days. While the canvas was drying, I moved on to the graffiti piece. I designed it on my iPad using Procreate, sticking the spray paint colors that my daughter originally picked, fluorescent green, light pink, and raspberry. At first, it just didn't work. The colors clashed with the acrylic pour, it felt really off. So instead of forcing it, I tried something simple. I inverted the colors in Procreate. That completely changed everything. Suddenly, the palette became raspberry, forest green, and teal. And that looked right. Once I was happy with it, I finalized the design and printed out the outline so I could transfer it onto the canvas. Next step was prepping the canvas for spray paint. I covered the entire surface with green painter's tape, every inch of it. Then I placed the printed outline on top and used carbon paper and a pencil to trace the graffiti piece onto the tape. Once everything was transferred, I carefully cut the outline using an X-Acto knife. This part takes time and focus. One slip and you can damage the canvas underneath. After cutting, I peeled out the interior of the piece, exposing the acrylic pour beneath, while keeping everything else masked off. Now it was ready for spray paint. I grabbed my spray cans from the wall and headed outside. And yeah, it was snowing. A lot. As I sprayed, snowflakes were landing directly on the canvas, sticking to the wet paint and getting sealed in place. At first, it felt risky, but then I realized it was actually creating a texture you couldn't plan if you tried. The snow became part of the piece. Once everything was painted, I brought the canvas back inside and let it dry for about 8 hours. Later that day, my daughter and I peeled the painter's tape off together. That reveal moment, always magical. With the spray paint done, I moved on to the finishing touches. I outlined the entire piece using an ivory white Posca marker and filled the rest using Guangna acrylic markers. To create a 3D effect, I placed a small piece of blue poster gum at the bottom middle of the canvas. That became the focal point where all the depth lines converged. From there, I built the 3D using 5 shades of purple, blending them together using a Q-tip to soften the transitions. I added interior letter details in turquoise and hot pink, keeping everything balanced and intentional. Finally, I created a shadow underneath the piece by rubbing black paint between my fingers and gently applying it to the canvas, just enough to make the graffiti feel like it's floating above the surface. And just like that, we had a finished piece. This canvas isn't just about technique or style, it's about collaboration, trust, and letting creativity flow without overthinking it. Working with my daughter on this reminded me of why I started making art in the first place. If you enjoyed this process, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what part of the process you like most. Thanks for watching, stay up, and I'll see you in the next one.